Good morning and welcome to the channel. We are back up here to do the third and hopefully final coat of mudding on the cottage. But first, check out the landscaping that has been done. So this area has all been cleared, mostly for the septic system, which will be going in here-ish, I think, as well as all those stumps being removed that were in that area. So now we have an actual flat area that I'm sure something will be done with. Okay, let's jump inside and begin our third and final coat of mudding. And then we get to sand. Yay. I'm going to try and speed up the drying process of this mud. It should dry fairly quickly because it is a thinner coat, but there are some places it might go in a little heavier and I don't want to be hung up on it if need be. Plus the fresh air is nice, so open up all the windows, doors. Get some cross ventilation happening in here. Now I gotta go to the watering hole and get some water. The trick with this is to mentally remain stable as you get eaten alive by mosquitoes and all these ferns. I'm still surprised nothing has died in here yet. Like, it's pretty clean still, no dead mice or weasels or anything. Although maybe they've been able to get out of the hole, but now that the water is starting to go down a bit. Now to get out of this place. Oh, yes. Pretty muddy. Okay, we got some clean water here. I'm gonna add some water to the mud mix to thin it down so it's easier to spread and so it can also spread thinner. I'll probably start with the ceiling while I still have energy. It is still the morning, but there's a lot of seams on the ceiling and the third coat requires you to push a lot harder and tighter to get the coat we want onto the wall, so there is less sanding. So anything overhead is a little difficult for me and my shoulder. F in the chats. So we're going to tackle the ceiling first. We'll use a 14-inch trowel, straight edge, and we'll go on either side of the previous coat I did, like this. If you remember last time, I used a 14-inch curved trowel for this coat. So now I've created a bit of a hump and I'll go over it with the 14-inch flat, which is this one, from the high point of the hump to wherever it meets the drywall on the bottom. And I'll do a coat here and a coat up top. And it should look like I've actually done the bathroom, so I can show you what it will look like. This. Oh, it feels good. Don't even have to sand that one, but you'll see how wide it will get. Thankfully, we were able to run our sheets of drywall this way, so when the sun does come in through these big main doors, it will follow the seam rather than go across the seam and create a shadow if there is any hump or slight imperfection in the drywall. So that's a good thing that they are going this way. It just means that it's a little more awkward to mud because it's at an angle rather than this way, if that makes sense. Regardless, let's mix up some of this mud to make it a little more thin, and then we'll get going. Where is my egg beater? That's pretty much the consistency I want to go with. Something pretty thin and loose, easy to spread. Okay, the mud is mixed up. I got my 14-inch flat and my 4-inch knife that I'll use to clean up my edges and knock off any high points I need to. There's no reason to wait, so I'll start a time lapse now. Okay, the last seam on this side of the cathedral ceiling is done, so I do have to do the other side. I'm gonna hold off on that for now, give my arm a bit of a break. You probably can't see it on the camera, but there is some what's called chatter on the seams, and that's just because, well, mostly because I couldn't maintain my strength with dragging the mud across, and it vibrates and creates little humps. So the last couple seams, it was happening a little bit, so I'm gonna hold off for now. Probably do the walls, they're a little easier, and then probably come back to the other side either at the end of this day or just do it tomorrow. It's gonna be 2 days anyways to do all this, so I won't kill myself. Yeah, that chatter is gonna be pretty annoying to sand out, so I might actually re-mud a little bit here. We'll see how it dries. Okay, off to do some flats. I've already done the inside corners yesterday, so I don't have to worry about that. And I'll do the outside corner after these flats are done. Just so I don't interrupt what I just laid and again make a mess in the wet mud I just put down. Okay, we finished up all of these flats in here, the study room here, all the verticals. So that pretty much does it for what I wanted to accomplish today. Tomorrow, I'll come back, do the rest of the ceiling flats on the other side of the cathedral, and do all my angled inside corners, which is the main peak and either side of that peak. I was also able to finish up the bedroom and bathroom. So pretty good, probably just half a day more of mudding. I'll have to do all the screw heads again as well for their third and final coat. Other than that, we are almost at the sanding stage. So that's going to do it for this episode. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next one.